Thanks to social media and their well-documented lives, we are often under the misconception that celebs are just like us and that we know them. But celebrity appearances are often carefully curated. That being said, every so often, they are thrown into a situation that brings out the real them. And the discoveries can be disappointing and sometimes even upsetting. Your favorite celebrities may be some of the worst people in Hollywood, from Lucille Ball to Ellen DeGeneres. Some celebrities can be real jerks in real life. And we have all the scoop. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen gained fame for portraying the fun-loving alcoholic Charlie Harper in 2.5 Men. At the peak of his career, he held the title of the highest-paid actor on TV. However, things took a turn when he began behaving erratically in real life, leading to his eventual firing from the show. Not only did he publicly insult the show's producer, Chuck Lorre, but he also made claims about having tiger blood running through his veins. Sheen's downfall was marked by destructive behavior, drug addiction, and outspoken criticism of other celebrities and former love interests. His fall from grace was significant, and so far, he has struggled to make a recovery. Milton Burell. Milton Burell, known as an unapologetic joke thief with the moniker the Thief of Bad Gags, faced criticism for his actions. RuPaul called him out at the 1993 MTV Video Music Awards, highlighting their poor relationship both on and off camera. The anticipated torch-passing moment turned awkward when RuPaul went off script. Uncle Milty's problematic behavior led to a lifetime ban from hosting NBC's Saturday Night Live. During his 1979 guest hosting stint, Burell tried to dominate the entire show during rehearsals, overshadowing fellow cast members and recycling old comedy bits. Despite efforts by Lorne Michaels to prevent reruns, copies of the show emerged in 2003. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin's movies may have been silent, but the man himself was anything but quiet. If the cast or crew failed to meet his high standards, this perfectionist was notorious for losing his temper and swiftly dismissing crew members as if tossing aside a bowler hat. Chaplin experienced 4 marriages, each time with women significantly younger than him. His first wife was a mere 17 on their wedding day, while the second was just 16. At the age of 54, Chaplin tied the knot with 18-year-old Una ONeal, the daughter of renowned playwright Eugene ONeal. Despite Una's father disowning her, the couple remained married until Chaplin's death. However, reports suggest that he was an abusive husband to all his wives, showing no hesitation in engaging with other women. Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn once remarked, "I don't know what it is about me that I just don't seem to be able to keep out of fights." Charles Hyam's 1980 biography, Errol Flynn, The Untold Story, stirred controversy by making shocking claims about the iconic swashbuckler. Hyam not only alleged that Flynn had multiple same-sex affairs, but also accused him of sympathizing with the Nazis. However, these claims were later debunked in subsequent biographies as they relied on circumstantial evidence. You've likely heard the phrase, "in like Flynn," but do you know its origin? It stems from 3 separate statutory rape trials in 1942, where Flynn was acquitted each time. Unfortunately, despite the legal victories, the damage to his reputation was irreversible. His lifestyle choices also affected his once handsome appearance, leading him to predominantly portray aging alcoholics in the later stages of his career. When Flynn passed away from a heart attack in 1959 at the age of 50, the medical examiner remarked that he had the body of an 85-year-old man. Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow, an Academy Award-winning actress, is renowned not just for her acting prowess, but also for embracing a lavish lifestyle. However, this penchant for luxury has led to a perception of her being quite the demanding diva. During a visit to a Michelin star-red restaurant in London, she glanced at the menu and declared, "I can't eat this stuff. Let's just go up to my suite and order room service." Adding a touch of extravagance, the actress even insists that someone cleans and dries the shower at her gym before she uses it. Jesse James. Jesse James, the reality star and motorcycle enthusiast, has garnered a notorious reputation, particularly concerning his relationships with women. Despite public awareness of this, it wasn't until 2010 that the extent of his infidelity came to light. During the time he was trying to adopt a child with America's sweetheart Sandra Bullock, it was revealed that he cheated on her. One of the women involved in his infidelity was Kat Von D, and the two even became engaged. However, upon learning of Jesse's unfaithfulness, Kat decided to call off the engagement. While she faced consequences for her actions, as she played a part in ruining Sandra's relationship with Jesse, Sandra eventually bounced back. She landed on her feet, adopting an adorable son entirely on her own, Lucille Ball. Now, who doesn't adore Lucy? I mean, I sure do. She broke new ground for what could be shown on TV, revolutionizing the modern sitcom. However, behind the scenes, she was quite demanding. According to the great Tony Randall, Lucy bossed everybody around and didn't spare anybody's feelings. Richard Burton went even further, describing Lucy as a monster of staggering charmlessness and a possessor of a monumental lack of humor. He even joked that if he had been drinking, he might have considered killing her. Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez has not only been in the public eye for the past 2 decades, but has also stood out as one of the world's biggest stars. However, during this time, the actor and singer have gained a reputation for being a diva and, well, a bit of a jerk. Apart from making ridiculous demands behind the scenes, Lopez is also known for being distant towards people outside of her immediate circle. An alleged incident on a plane exemplifies this when a flight attendant asked her for a drink order, and Lopez responded by instructing her assistant, "Please tell him I'd like a Diet Coke and lime." Then there's the Fiat commercial, supposedly featuring Lopez driving through her old neighborhood in the Bronx. Unfortunately, the commercial was filmed in Los Angeles, using a body double in New York. Understandably, fans were left disappointed in Jenny from the block. Miles Teller. Miles Teller, known for his commendable acting skills showcased in breakout roles like 2013's The Spectacular Now and 2014's Whiplash, swiftly rose to fame in Hollywood. However, his rapid ascent seems to have fueled more than just confidence in the young actor. An Esquire magazine piece from 2014 opened with the line, "You're sitting across from Miles Teller at the Luminary restaurant in Atlanta and trying to figure out if he's a Jeck." The subsequent interview confirmed the lingering question, stating that Teller is kind of a Jeck. Teller further fueled negative perceptions by openly criticizing fellow actors of his generation. In comparison, John Cusack took the opportunity to insult the actor. Additionally, he declared that Divergent sucks, despite being set to appear in the sequel. Teller also nearly got into a fight with director Josh Trank while filming Fantastic Four, contributing to a growing list of incidents tarnishing his reputation. Edward Norton. Throughout his career, Edward Norton has portrayed both amiable characters and outright jerks. His ability to convincingly play diverse roles makes it challenging to discern his true personality. Unfortunately, his reputation provides some insight, painting him as rude and a genuine jerk. Rumors circulate that Marvel opted not to invite him to reprise his role as the Hulk in the Avengers due to his unpleasant attitude, highlighting the studio's unwillingness to collaborate with him. Compounding matters, Norton made claims about writing the movie Freda, further exacerbating his negative image. His refusal to credit the actual writers within the Writers Guild adds another layer to the disappointment of witnessing such a good-looking and talented individual exhibit such unlikable behavior. Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby, whose oldest son Gary penned the 1983 tell-all biography Going My Own Way, claimed that the crooner addressed disciplinary issues with a stern lecture and, on occasion, a studded leather belt. Gary Crosby found himself on the receiving end of punishment even when his brothers misbehaved, and the disciplinary measures went beyond mere spankings. The alleged mistreatment extended to housekeepers administering the so-called drowning treatment in the bathtub if the children were caught talking in bed or waking up too early. Tragically, 2 of Crosby's kids battled depression, ultimately leading to their untimely suicides. Despite collaborating on 7 road movies, Bing and his co-star Bob Hope did not share a friendly relationship. In fact, Bob Hope openly expressed his dislike for Bing, at times going so far as to say he detested him. John Wayne. John Wayne, recognized for his ultra-conservative views, initially labeled himself as both a socialist and a liberal in the early stages of his career. While lending support to Barry Goldwater for president in 1964, Wayne stirred controversy with remarks published in May 1971 in Playboy magazine. He espoused beliefs in white supremacy and expressed reservations about African Americans holding office until they could attain a, quote, educated point of responsibility and end of respect. Publicly denouncing homosexuality, Wayne considered some films as perverse. Despite this, he surprisingly formed a friendship with Rock Hudson during their co-starring roles in The Undefeated, and their camaraderie endured until John Wayne's death in 1979. Presently, some film students opt to leave classes during screenings of John Wayne's movies, and Democratic leaders advocate for the removal of his name from the Orange County Airport. Gene Kelly. When dancer Charisse returned home from the MGM lot covered in bruises, her husband immediately assumed she must have been working with Gene Kelly that day. However, Gene Kelly's actions may have extended beyond just being rough with his co-stars. In 1970, he reportedly made a donation to the Provisional Irish Republican Army. During an underground fundraising mission in the USA, he had a covert meeting with IRA leader Cathal Goulding and handed him a check for £20,000. Kelly allegedly expressed, "This money is for guns. I certainly don't want it going to any do-gooders." These allegations emerged after Kelly's death, but his widow, Patricia Ward Kelly, disputes them. She maintains that her late husband was proud of his Irish heritage, lacked significant wealth, and was not a violent man. Christian Bale. Christian Bale boasts a career spanning over 30 years with more than 50 roles in his filmography. His noteworthy achievements include an Oscar win for his performance in The Fighter, showcasing his dedication to the craft. Bale is famous for his extreme physical transformations, exemplified by his remarkable weight loss of 62 pounds for 2004's The Machinist, followed by bulking up for 2005's Batman Begins. Regrettably, alongside his professional accomplishments, Bale has garnered a reputation for his volatile temper behind the scenes. The public became aware of his penchant for outbursts during the filming of Terminator. Salvation in 2011, when an audio clip captured one of his explosive tantrums, featuring numerous expletives and threats directed at a crew member. Beyond these incidents, Bale has been criticized for his curt interactions with fans. There are reports of him causing distress to 2 young girls who sought an autograph, an encounter that left them in tears due to what Bale perceived as rudeness. Julia Roberts. In her movies, Julia Roberts portrays some of the most endearing characters, but in real life, she doesn't quite live up to that lovable image. Reports suggest that Steven Spielberg has no plans to collaborate with her again, citing her as an emotional wreck during the filming of the Peter Pan movie Hook. The crew even playfully dubbed her Tinker Hell. Adding to this, Julia's own sister has revealed that her inflated ego and fame have taken a toll on their once close relationship. Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones, known for his grumpy on-screen persona, doesn't stray far from that image in real life. Fans might be surprised to learn that he's not very keen on signing autographs or engaging with reporters. His reputation for being a bit of a recluse extends to interviews, with journalists often hesitant to seek a second conversation due to his tendency to abruptly walk out or cut them off. A notable incident on the set of Batman Forever saw Jones expressing his dislike for Jim Carrey, stating, "I hate you. I cannot sanction your buffoonery." While it might seem odd to hate someone as universally funny and talented as Jim Carrey, some might argue that Jones has a point about Carrey's over-the-top style. Bette Davis. Bette Davis, the iconic screen goddess, was known for her ferocity and the ability to make even a seasoned professional blush. Producer William Fry shared an incident with Vanity Fair, recounting a dinner with Davis and director Herschel Doherty. Herschel accidentally hit his finger on her face, triggering a verbal tirade that cleared out half the restaurant. Despite the uproar, Davis swiftly returned to her dinner, behaving as if nothing had transpired. Film sets often witness intense lighting, and Davis, with her legendary eyes, would frequently rinse them between scenes. During the filming of Mr. Skeffington, an unsettling event occurred when someone entered her dressing room and tampered with her eye wash. The perpetrator remained unidentified, leading director Vincent Sherman to wryly comment to detectives, "If you want to line up the cast and crew and ask them, 'Okay, which one of you wanted to kill Bette Davis?' 100 people would raise their hands." Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney, with a track record of 8 marriages, openly detailed numerous extramarital affairs in his autobiography, Life is Too Short. In 1938, MGM studio head Louis B. Mayer rebuked Rooney for a passionate affair with Norma Shearer, causing disruptions during the production of Marie Antoinette. Rooney didn't shy away from outing his close friend Judy Garland for a brief affair with a woman. Hollywood journalist Craig Bennett, in his 2019 book True Confessions of a Shameless Gossip, goes further, characterizing the actor as abrasive, nasty, and rude. Bennett claims Rooney's extensive list of conquests even involves a 14-year-old Elizabeth Taylor during the filming of National Velvet when he was 24. While it's widely believed that some of Rooney's claims were exaggerated or false, there may be elements of truth in his accounts. Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence may have reached the heights of stardom, but there's a growing perception that she might be letting it get to her head. Despite her status as one of the leading actresses in the film industry, reports suggest that she has been less than friendly to her fans, a sentiment she openly acknowledges. Lawrence justifies her behavior by stating that being mean to her fans is a form of self-defense. While it's reasonable not to want to sign autographs constantly, turning down requests could be done without appearing self-absorbed or entitled. Jennifer, it seems, hasn't emerged from her success as a more gracious individual. Instead, some argue it's had the opposite effect. Bruce Willis. Yes, the man who portrayed John McClane in 4 fantastic Die Hard movies, and one not-so-great one, is, surprisingly, not the easiest to get along with. Despite being a star for as long as Will Smith, Bruce Willis has taken a turn towards grumpiness. Director Kevin Smith perfectly captured his experience working with Willis during the rap party for the film Cop Out, which Willis skipped, stating, "I want to thank everyone who worked on the film, except for Bruce Willis, who is a freaking jerk." Willis also had a public feud with Sylvester Stallone, with Stallone going so far as to label Willis as greedy and lazy. Although the two have reconciled since then, numerous interviews where Willis appears less than amiable suggest that Smith's assessment may have been spot on. Spike Lee. Spike Lee, a highly skilled actor, director, and writer, unfortunately, has a reputation for being less than pleasant. Reports indicate that his rudeness extends not only to fans but also to fellow celebrities. During a university visit for a public lecture, he abruptly ended the session by 40 minutes when 2 fans asked questions during the designated Q&A portion. His angry response was just one among many unsettling stories about Spike Lee. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford, famous for her behind-the-scenes feud with Bette Davis during the making of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, orchestrated a bold move at the 1963 Academy Awards. When Davis received a nomination and Crawford did not, Joan managed to secure a spot presenting the Best Director award. in a dramatic twist, she actively campaigned against her longtime rival, undermining her own film. The Oscar ultimately went to Anne Bancroft for The Miracle Worker, and Joan Crawford accepted the trophy on Bancroft's behalf. Christina Crawford's 1978 tell-all, Mommy Dearest, served as her response to a lifetime of alleged abuse. While two of Crawford's other children claimed they were not subjected to mistreatment, and several personal friends defended her, the book portrayed a darker side. Joan Crawford's death in 1977 left behind a substantial $2 million estate. In an unexpected turn, two adopted children inherited $77,500 respectively, while Christina and her brother Christopher were completely excluded from the will. Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart embarked on her acting journey as a child, and by the age of 18, the Twilight series catapulted her to international stardom. While one might expect such early and immense success to mold her into a pleasant personality, the reality proved otherwise. Stewart's public image took a significant hit during the production of Snow White and the Huntsman in 2012. Revelations surfaced that she had engaged in a romantic affair with the film's director, Rupert Sanders. What made matters worse was Stewart's involvement while she was in a relationship with Robert Pattinson, and Sanders was married to Liberty Ross. Cheating on a boyfriend with a married man is undoubtedly a questionable choice. Apart from her personal choices, Stewart has faced criticism for certain verbal missteps. One notable incident involved her likening the experience of being photographed by paparazzi to being assaulted. This comparison stirred controversy among crisis groups and fans, prompting Stewart to issue an eventual apology. Nevertheless, the impact of her words lingered. Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin holds the undisputed title as the King of Jerks. The seasoned actor has a track record of verbally and occasionally physically mistreating reporters, photographers, and even family members. Baldwin's regrettable moments include telling a reporter, "I want you to choke," using anti-gay slurs against paparazzi and physically shoving photographers. However, the pinnacle of Baldwin's jerkish behavior is undoubtedly represented by a leaked voicemail to his then 11-year-old daughter in 2007. In the voicemail, Baldwin harshly expresses, "You are a rude, thoughtless little pig. You don't have the brains or the decency as a human being. I don't give a damn that you're 12 years old or 11 years old, or that you're a child, or that your mother is a thoughtless pain in the jerk who doesn't care about what you do as far as I'm concerned." Quite a cringe-worthy moment. Justin Bieber. Oh, Justin, we've watched you grow up right before our eyes, unfortunately, into quite the jerk. The Bieb kicked off his career by covering songs on YouTube, leading to his discovery in 2008 and the release of his first album in 2009, all at the tender age of 15. The album achieved triple platinum status, and the teenager skyrocketed to international fame. However, as his fame expanded, so did the controversies surrounding his jerk-like behavior. In 2013, he was caught on film peeing in a restaurant mop bucket, and in 2014, he faced a misdemeanor vandalism charge for allegedly egging a neighbor's house, eventually pleading no contest and shelling out $89,000 in restitution. Numerous physical altercations with paparazzi have added to his rap sheet, and he could be looking at arrest in Argentina if he ever sets foot back in the country. Growing up as a global sensation at such a young age can't be a walk in the park, but that doesn't excuse the jerkish behavior. Kefir Sutherland. Kefir Sutherland, despite his stellar portrayal of Jack Bauer, is, unfortunately, a bit of a mess in real life. With reports of DUI and drunken antics, his true colors are on display. Numerous stars have expressed their displeasure in working with Kefir, including Freddie Prinze Jr., who shared his experience on the set of 24, describing Sutherland as highly unprofessional. Given Prince's reputation as one of the nicest guys around, a negative review from him speaks volumes. Tom Cruise. On the other hand, Tom Cruise, despite his age-defying looks, impressive acting skills, and stunt capabilities, falls short due to his often abrasive and opinionated behavior. During his marriage to Katie Holmes, Cruz imposed restrictive rules on her, such as forbidding male friends, limiting travel with their daughter, and preventing contact with his ex-wife, Nicole Kidman. His insistence on Scientology became a source of tension, with regular outbursts about the religion resembling a cult. Fortunately, Holmes managed to break free, and their current lack of contact speaks volumes about Cruz's less-than-pleasant personality. Chevy Chase. It's a bit challenging to imagine Clark W. Griswold as a jerk, but numerous reports suggest that Chevy Chase fits that description. He's infamous for being difficult to work with, particularly during his time on SNL, where his co-stars reportedly despised him. Additionally, Chase is known for making inappropriate remarks to female colleagues, potentially tarnishing the wholesome image of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Apologies if that revelation alters your perception. Ellen DeGeneres. Now on to Ellen DeGeneres. Despite her lovable and adorable demeanor on her show, there are dissenting voices in Hollywood. Reports suggest that Ellen treats her writing staff poorly, particularly if she deems their jokes unfunny. It's a bit perplexing given her background as a stand-up comedian. She could easily craft her own material. Kathy Griffin, a fellow comedian, has spoken about Ellen's mean streak, a reputation apparently widely known in Hollywood. Has learning about the personal lives of these screen icons altered your perception of them? Were any of these revelations already familiar to you? Share your thoughts in the comments section. And before you go, please express your support by giving this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.